Hey everyone, I've got a quick layout update here. So, been doing a lot of work in the layout, just time-consuming stuff really. So, even though I've got hours into this, it's not a whole lot to show really at this moment. But I'll go over to what I've done anyway. The main thing was just weathering all my track. So I had weathered the rails previously, and I talked about that in a previous video, at least on the sides, get them all nice and rusty. I've just been going through and actually touching up the ties. So I've got them, pretty much airbrushed all the way through the layout, pretty much everywhere, just trying to give them some stains and toning them down a little bit. That way I can get the ties looking a little bit better, not shiny, essentially, and not really a bright brown, which you don't really see in prototypical ties anyway. Before I ballast, which I'll talk about here in a second, and then I plan on airbrushing all this afterwards. I did a little bit of that right here, you can see, just to kind of tone down the ballast a little bit compared to it, being super bright. Just kind of fades it there, which I like. But anyway, so painted all the track, airbrushed it, pretty much everything on the entire layout, got that done, and then I've been ballasting, which is, you can see here. So I haven't ballasted track in 25 years. So again, it's just kind of a learning curve, getting good at it. I've still got a lot of cleanup to do. I've got some ballast on the ties I need to clean up and rails and stuff like that. But overall, it's looking pretty good. I'm just using the Woodland Scenics Fine Ballast Gray Blend. I guess the fine stuff is more prototypical in terms of size, and it looks really good. The only downside is it's just, I dump it on there and spread it out, and then I spend another, half hour just trying to clean it all up and get it off the ties and make it, level before I, douse it in isopropyl and then, glue in water. And then the issue I'm having is that, some of it will float back up on the rails, which I have to clean off, which is just kind of a pain. This little stretch right here I just did, so it's still drying. Again, once this is all dry and all done, I'm going to go through with the airbrush and just kind of, weather it up, make it look a little bit nicer. But so far, it's looking pretty good, which I'm happy about. So that's kind of where I'm at with the ballast there. Back to the concrete pad. So over here, I actually weathered this a little bit. I talked about this in the previous video, that this white section here that I did to kind of mimic a more modern or a new concrete pad that was put down was just a little bit too bright. So I took again the airbrush and just kind of with some light gray just kind of just weathered it. Kind of hit some of the corners if you would kind of get some staining from staining water and stuff like that. And overall I think it made a big difference. So I'm happy with how that turned out a lot. So I'll be leaving that like that, and I'll pretty much consider the concrete pad done, which I'm happy with again. Last thing is static grass. So I am learning to do static grass. Again, still learning. I need to get some more spray glue. I ran out, or at least a better bottle, so I can spray it thinner. I wasn't too happy with how some of this turned out, so I'll probably scrape some of it up and try it again. And again, the colors too, I've got a couple different lengths here. I got the really fine stuff and then some longer. And then I need to get to a hobby store. I've got a couple hobby stores near me that have a static grass I can buy, and I can get the more brown, kind of the dead stuff, to make it not so bright green essentially. And I plan on airbrushing this too, weathering it to tone it down as well, get a lot more dead stuff near the tracks. And again, this is just kind of a first test. I'll be doing it a lot more throughout the layout. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at on scenery right now. So again, just a quick video on what I've been working on and what's going on here. So hopefully this was interesting. I should have another video here soon when I get a lot more done. But anyway, thank you for watching.